Watson. I'm 19 years old and I'm a student at Hofstra University. I grew up in Nassau County in the town of Massapequa. My childhood neighborhood was very suburban. There's lots of kids. I lived on the water, on a canal. My life revolved around like going to the beach, taking like boat trips. It was a very beachy town, I would describe it as. Well, I didn't actually go to Massapequa High School due to the overcrowd. It was too overcrowded. I remember in middle school, because I went to public Massapequa Middle School, there was over 800 students, and I just felt too overcrowded. I wasn't getting enough, like, teacher time, so I decided to go to Catholic school where the student ratio was much better, and there was only 400 kids in my graduating class. My favorite way, as growing up as a child, my favorite way of spending time was definitely being outside, being in my pool, being on the trampoline, going on the boat. But then as I got older, it was like the cool thing to go to the mall. There wasn't much crime. The only thing that did happen a couple of times, there was a couple of house robberies. I really don't think my area has changed because I look at my little sister and she's basically the same as I was, so I don't really see any big changes. It's all the same. Growing up on Long Island, I feel like it's suburban, and then on the flip side, like the city is literally like 40 minutes away on a train ride, so you can get the best of both worlds. You can get the beach, and then you can get the city. And the fact that like it's just a good place to grow up in general. Like we have everything here, everything you can ever want. Multi-dimensional because like I said, the beach and the city, best of both worlds. I couldn't ask for anything better.
My name is Suzanne Dagger, and I'm 35 years old, and I'm the Director of Career Services here at the Hofstra Career Center. I grew up in Nassau County in Massapequa. My childhood neighborhood was somewhat affluent, very pretty, very nice, big blocks, big houses, trees, and it was a nice neighborhood to grow up in. I think it was a, relatively speaking, I mean, Massapequa schools were very good on Long Island. I think just riding bikes and having fun outside and playing games with my friends and hanging out. Crime really wasn't part of my childhood. I live in the same town now. I think there's been somewhat of a little bit of a rise in crime. What we're seeing now in the town is more drug use. There was always drug use and sort of the related crimes that go along with that. Shoplifting, I remember as a teenager, was kind of a thing you heard about. And now as an adult in the community, I think that the rise in drug use is a big problem in the community. The area has changed, not tremendously. There's still some, there's still a lot of core places that are still there. There's much more commercial activity. It definitely feels more crowded. I feel like there's a lot more traffic, and again, I think that one of the things that's a growing problem across Long Island and in our town is drug use, and I'm actually quite concerned about it. Long Island is a blessing and a curse. I think Long Island has the best of many worlds. We're close to the city, we're close to the beach. I feel like where I live, in 20 minutes, 15 minutes, I could be at the beach. 40 minutes later, I could be in the city, and 40 minutes later, I could be out on a farm on the East End. I love Long Island because of that. I think that Long Island's a very diverse area. I do think though that the towns are very segregated. So one town could be all white, the next town could be all black, and etc. So I think that that's a problem on Long Island, that there's not much integration, and there's big differences in the economic statuses between towns.